Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So in today's video, I am going to be showing you how I groom my eyebrows and fix up these hairy slugs. And I'm going to be showing you how I shave my face. Yes, I did say how I shave my face. I know this sounds a little weird, but for some of you that probably know what I'm talking about will know that I'm not actually going to use a full-on like razor on my face or anything like that. I am going to be using one of these little babies. So yeah, these are just like your little eyebrow razors that are able to go around your eyebrows to pick up those annoying little hairs that your tweezers can't. But I also use this all around my face. So what we're going to do first today is actually do my face, and then we are going to do my eyebrows. So if you guys are interested in my eyebrow routine and how I shave my face, please keep watching. Also, don't forget to like this video if you enjoy it and to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Okay, so some little things that you need to do. So prepping your skin before you ever shave your face. So the first thing you need to remember you must always do is always clean your face. So use a cleanser or something like that. I have tried just toning my face and then shaving and it didn't end well. I broke out in a lot of little rashes and it was very itchy and a little bit painful. So always cleanse your face beforehand. You cannot do this with a dirty face. And you cannot shave your face when you have moisturizer on either. Depending on the sensitivity of your skin, you might get a little bit itchy. So that's what I have done this morning. I have already cleansed my face with my Dermalogica cleanser and I am ready to go. So I've just brought you in a little bit closer and I will bring you in a lot closer in a minute. So the areas that I will be shaving on my face today is around here, on top of my lip, and sometimes I go around this area just here. Reason being for that is it makes my makeup look so much smoother. So you guys will sometimes notice maybe I have a bit more hair than usual. I don't know if you guys notice it. I know I definitely notice it, and it does bug me now that I have been doing this. So one thing I wanted to point out is for me personally, I'm not saying this is going to happen with everyone, but for me, my hair has never ever grown back thicker or darker. It has always stayed the same, and I only do this maybe once every 2 months. So the hair for me, once again, just for me, it grows extremely slow on my face. That is one benefit for myself. I don't know if it's going to be like that with everyone else. So if you guys do happen to try this and maybe the next day your hair is coming back, please don't shoot me, because like I've just said, for me personally, it grows very slow and never grows back any thicker. Now, another thing as well is don't be ashamed if you have hair on your face. Everybody has hair on their face. It doesn't matter if you're female or you're male. Everybody has it. Some more than others, obviously. Like if you have recently seen photos of my boyfriend, he has another head growing on his face. He has a really large beard. So obviously there's guys with beards, there's women with beards, and at the end of the day it is completely normal. We can't help it, but we can if we want to remove it. Always make sure that your little razor is clean. Mine always is clean. And the best thing about this is not only does it remove the little hairs that are on your skin, it will remove dead skin. So you guys will see that when I do this, and if you're a little bit grossed out by certain things, probably don't look, because there's going to be a lot of hair and it's going to be a lot of skin. So let's go. Okay, so I've brought you in a lot closer. So this is so I can really show you the movements of what I'll be doing. So when you are doing it, have a really good feel of where your hair is. So a lot of mine is around here, and then also just around like this area up here. Now, you can only ever really see these hairs when I have makeup on, except for my little mustache. I don't know if you guys can see the hair just around here. You probably can see it because it gives quite a dark appearance. So I do remove that because I hate it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of pull my skin a bit tight, and I'm going to angle the razor kind of like on its side just a little bit. I'm not going to like directly like shove it on there. I'm just going to very gently pop it on. One thing you need to remember is that this cannot cut your skin. These are so gentle, it's insane. So it will not cut your skin, so that's a good thing. So we're not going to be doing really long strokes, just tiny little ones. And you guys can already see what is coming off. So I don't know if you guys can see all the skin and the hair that has just come off, but that's what is coming off so far. So when you get to around this area, I just pull from my neck and then I just start to remove it. So there is a little bit more hair and skin. I think a lot of people will be quite shocked as well when they first do this, because I didn't realize how much hair I had. Pull the skin here and then just gently start going down. That's pretty much it. So I'm already done on that side. One thing I wanted to remember is that this doesn't basically, how can I explain it? When you shave with a regular razor, you feel no hair. Sometimes with these, you will still feel like the tiniest amount, but it is so smooth right now. Like when I'm comparing sides, so smooth. Okay, so we're gonna move on to my top lip now. And this is so easy. You don't need to like pull down. We're not a duck. I'm just going to pull to the side, or I'm just gonna do that. What? So that's all we're gonna do. Making sure we're cleaning off our razor every single time as well. I've got some little paper towel down here, so I'm constantly wiping it off. Being very careful of that pimple as well. I do not want to go over that pimple. So for when we get around our forehead area here, it is pretty much the exact same thing, but I will be avoiding all these pimples. If you do have a lot of pimples, unfortunately, you will need to wait until they clear up. You cannot go over your pimples with a razor. It will basically scrape off the top of the pimple and can lead to scarring, so don't do that. I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna pull my skin nice and taut, and I'm just gonna very gently go down. I'm going around those pimples quite awkwardly. I feel like when I do this, when it is removing the skin, I do notice that the color of my skin looks a lot brighter. Obviously, like when I am removing it and stuff like that, the color of the hair and the skin will mix together. But the more and more you do it, you will start to see the difference between the hair color and the skin color. My skin color, when I exfoliate it off with this, is sometimes a lot darker than my actual hair. So I feel like my skin is a lot brighter and just looks a lot better once I've done this. And now I am silky smooth. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you nice and close again, and we're going to do my eyebrows now. And honestly, these pimples are just giving me so much frustration right now. Okay, so I'm going to be shaving the tops around my eyebrows and then just a tiny bit underneath here, not too much. So once again, I'm just gonna pull the skin a little bit taut, and I'm just gonna angle it. So I don't know if you guys can see the angle that I've got it on. It's just on a very small angle. It's not, you know, obviously like this. It's just on a tiny one. And so I'm just gonna start going across. This is so good, just for getting those little annoying hairs that your tweezers just cannot get. and then I'll pull my forehead up, and then I'll start to go downwards. And then I'm gonna go somehow in between the pimple and my hair. For in between here, I pull my forehead up and just go straight down. Okay, so that's pretty much for the razor. What I'm gonna do now is, because I have left it for a little tiny bit, I'm gonna go in with a tiny bit of moisturizer. You need to moisturize after doing this, because at the moment, my skin feels a little bit, I don't know how I can explain it. It just feels a little bit warm, obviously because there has just been a razor on top of it. So I'm gonna go in with my Simple Rich moisturizer, and I'm just gonna get a little bit of that, if it will come out. And I'm gonna put this all over my face. Try and be very gentle when you are putting this on. And any like feeling that you might be having, the moisturizer will basically calm that right down. I always have a funny feeling after I do this, or sometimes I go the tiniest bit red, but what do you expect? I just put a razor on my face. Okay, so we're gonna go into plucking my eyebrows now. I don't like to wax my eyebrows basically because every single time I wax my eyebrows, I pull off layers and layers of skin. I burn my skin, and I also scab and bruise very, very badly. I've done it with a professional. So when I got my eyebrows waxed years and years ago by a professional, it happened. I've gone through 6 different brands, maybe more than that. And I always too much skin is always being ripped off, and I bruise and I scab. So plucking it is. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna brush my eyebrow hairs. So as you can see, my eyebrows really need some help right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start plucking around this area here. Oh, honestly, it doesn't matter how many times I do this, there's always that one hair that makes my eyeball water. And then just kind of like with those hairs that are like sitting around, I'll just very gently brush them away and keep going. And then I will just go like along the top in case the razor has missed any. And then also on the side. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in with that razor, and all those little ones that my tweezer cannot pull out, I'm going to shave those ones off. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is actually trim the hairs. So when I get the spoolie and I kind of like push them up, you guys can see how long they actually are. So they like come all the way up here, and that's not really something that I like, purely because if my eyebrow gel is not working one day, this is what's gonna happen. And that is not okay. All you need is your spoolie and a pair of little scissors. With my pair of scissors, they have a thick end and a thin end. I always have the thin end on my skin. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the spoolie against my hair, and I'm going to roll the hair upwards just so it is sticking up, and I keep the spoolie there to hold the hair. I have the thin side of the scissors and I go along my hair and I just trim it. And then I roll it up and trim. I try and stay clear of the very tip of my tail, but I do sort of go a little bit close and just make sure that that's still nice and long just on the end. I don't want to make that look short because I don't have a lot of hairs there. And then when I come back to the front, I'm going to roll it all up again and really give it a good trim. So how I know when I'm done is I will brush the hairs down. Nothing brushes down. When I'm trimming the fronts of my brows, I make sure I keep them really, really short. This is so I can get that effect of when I use my brow gel, I can get all the hairs at the front here to stick up, so it gives me more of a natural look. And that's pretty much it. That's my eyebrows done. So what I'm gonna do now is just go in with a little bit more moisturizer just for around my eyebrow area and just pop that on. So that is my face and my eyebrows shaved and plucked for today. If you're wondering where you can get like the little razors and stuff like that, I get all of mine from a store called Daiso. So these are $2.80 for some 3-packs. These are the ones that I've been using at the moment. These are the ones that I really, really enjoy, which is where the pink one was from. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed this video, even though it was very different and a little bit strange probably for some. If shaving your face is not something that you would want to do, that is completely up to you, but it really works really well for me and I enjoy doing it. So I will be doing this again in 2 months, maybe even longer, you never know. I try and leave it for as long as I possibly can till it gets to a point where I'm like, oh God, you've got to go. And so I thought I would film it today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed once again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!